What's up, gamers? This is Simpy Snake, and welcome to Simpy Stories with Simpy Snake. Oh, we're finally almost at the end. The final stretch. But there's a lot to go through. Actually, not a lot to go through. There's still a tiny bit we need to get through before the end of this, so let's get right into it. Well, you finally did it. You've reached the end of year 12, which means there's only one more thing that you have to do. The exams. The part that determines your future and contributes to your final score for the year. Before I go on, I'm going to throw this out there. That number is just a stupid number and it's not going to determine who you are as an individual. You will still achieve great things in your life at the end of the day. Just don't let that number destroy you. Okay? Anyways, exam period is considered by many to be quite possibly the most difficult period of the year and is the real end game of it all. And after surviving the year of hell, I've been through more difficult stuff. So I was mostly fine since I didn't have to go to that toxic environment anymore. Thankfully, nothing terrible happened in between as I was busy getting these exams over and done with. Oh, and instead of studying for the first week, I would just binge through Netflix since I had nothing better to do in my spare time aside from drawing and playing video games. And whenever someone would question my motives, I'd just say to them, I study in my head while I watch TV. But yeah, aside from that, I actually did spend some time studying for those exams, and they were a breeze. Although by the end of the final exam, I was about to pass out since I was so drained from everything that year. And let me just say, finishing your final exam is like the most satisfying thing ever since you have no more work to do for school and that you don't have to stress about anything. But with all that exam talk out of the way, we were almost done for the year. All we had left was valedictory dinner and graduation. And to be completely honest, I wasn't too excited for valedictory dinner given that I was growing tired from the year and it was dragging it completely. But I guess going to the event was the better option in the end. On the day, I got my hair cut, fixed my suit, cleaned my car. It was like real excitement to celebrate us finishing our studies once and for all. Well, that excitement kind of died down when I saw my friends getting invited on a limo, and you guessed it, I was the only one not invited. I thought that the friend who organised it had forgotten it or something, but a few months later, I found out the people who planned it were the popular girls, and I wasn't surprised. But I wasn't going to let my disappointment get the better of me, so I shrugged it off completely and drove to the reception. Let me say this, that like with Muck-Up Day, the valedictory dinner was also a massive disappointment. Nothing really noteworthy or significant happened, and it was honestly quite boring. It doesn't help either that the teachers almost didn't show the video that we made, so we fought for it and I supplied it through USB. The video that was played at the dinner just featured the popular girls, which disappointed one of my friends since he sent them all the clips featuring our group. And since it was done the night before, they never used those clips. They had a month to make the damn video. Why wait last minute? That's another thing that happened quite frequently throughout the year. Same thing happened with the Modern Family intro. That too was a last minute job. Back onto the event. Remember that one party I was talking about earlier? Well, according to my friend months after the dinner, he agreed with my statement about valedictory and went as far as saying that the party should have been the valedictory dinner since it felt like one, and it was a bigger venue than the dinner. I would believe it, but you know, I didn't get invited. Though from what I've seen on social media posts in the party, I did agree with what I said. And if that wasn't crazy enough, the pictures from valedictory dinner didn't even arrive for months until they were sent out of nowhere. And if I were to be completely honest, I actually forgot about the photos. That's how forgettable the event was. Now that the valedictory was done, there was one thing left from all this, and that was graduation day. A day that was so hyped by everybody that I didn't even want to go. Yep, I did not want to go to the final ceremony. This was because I had such a shit year and I thought it wasn't worth it since I didn't want to see most of the people any longer. But after having a deep think to myself, I thought to myself, let's just get it over and done with. I went, graduated, and I know I'm going to sound out of character, but it was worth going to the ceremony in the end. Not because of the cap and gown and all that type of stuff, but I actually got to see some old friends again. And that was the highlight of the night, and it made it better than it needed to be. And just like that, it was officially over. I didn't have to set foot in this toxic environment anymore. I was finally free. I won. And we've reached the end of my Year 12 experience. And that's all for my Year 12 experience. I know, it was a really long one. And it was quite the experience too, since I can remember some of those events vividly. But you know what? At least I did it, and there was no interruptions. That's a plus. But it was still terrible, right? Like, it was still pretty bad. Anyways, I'm really glad that you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it. Until then, have a great day, everyone. Simpy out.